Meet the 2022 Ford Ranger, now with the option of turbo diesel V6 power for the first time. We're inside Ford Australia's top secret test track for an early preview drive. Let's check it out. The first new Ford Ranger in more than a decade is just around the corner. In addition to the option of turbo diesel V6 power for the first time, the new Ranger has a more luxurious car-like interior, high-tech digital displays, advanced safety, and the promise of even better off-roadability. There are now more models in the lineup, starting with the workhorse XL and XLS, mid-grade XLT, and there's a new sport variant between XLT and Wildtrak. The twin-turbo 2-litre 4-cylinder diesel backed by a 10-speed automatic is now the standard engine in the core range. But a single-turbo 3-litre V6 with 10-speed auto is now available as an option on XLT, Sport and Wildtrak variants. The ageing 3.2-litre 5-cylinder turbo diesel that has been a staple of the Ranger for the past 10 years has been consigned to the history books. The Ford Performance Ranger Raptor, powered by a twin-turbo V6 petrol engine, tops the lineup and will be covered in a later video. As we discovered, the new Ford Ranger lineup has been designed to reflect changing customer tastes as utes increasingly become dual-purpose work and play vehicles and replace SUVs in domestic driveways. While Ford dealers are sorting through their initial allocations due from July 2022 onwards, pending any delays, Drive has had an early taste of what's to come. Although the new Ford Ranger has been unveiled, it was still under wraps when we did this test, hence the heavy disguise.
We're in the new Ford Ranger, as you can tell by this mask, in the middle of COVID. But we've managed to have an early sneak drive of the next generation model. We're inside the Ford Proving Grounds at the Yanks, not far from Geelong, the home of the Ranger since 2011. This is one of the first Ford Ranger Wildtraks that's gone down the production line in Thailand, made using production parts and production tools. We've got a V6 under the bonnet and 4-wheel discs under the brake pedal.
The front wheels have been pushed further forward to make room for the V6 and deliver better on-road handling. And the rear suspension has been redesigned for better stability on rough surfaces.
As you might expect, it feels pretty good, but we are driving on roads the car was developed on. It retains electric power steering, but it has a more neutral and a more natural feel.
The big news, of course, is the big turbo diesel V6, borrowed from the Ford F-150 in the US and also used by Jaguar Land Rover.
We haven't been able to test the 0 to 100 time today, although I did bring my V-Box. We'll have to wait until we get the keys to the car outside of the proving ground.
Although the vehicle we got to test drive was a prototype, the interior fit-out provided a good indication of what to expect in showrooms.
What's pleasing is the digital display is high resolution. The seating position is very familiar if you're already a Ford Ranger driver, but now the steering has height and reach adjustment, so you can get that little bit more comfortable. The infotainment now has a high resolution vertical touchscreen. There's now a digital widescreen dash in the top end models, and there's rear air vents for backseat passengers.
We also got to sample the new Ranger on Ford's demanding off-road test track. Although the Ford Ranger is sold in 180 countries and built in 5 overseas factories, it was developed in Australia with input from Ford's global design and engineering teams. Ford says it conducted more than 5 million kilometres of testing in harsh off-road conditions, as well as the daily grind, and in temperatures ranging from -40 degrees to +50 degrees Celsius. Ford promises significant improvements to wheel articulation, and engineers hinted the new Ranger will be close to or better than the Toyota Hilux, the Ute benchmark, in this regard. The overall height of the new Ranger is said to have grown slightly due to taller profile tyres, with a range of 17, 18 and 20-inch combinations available. The new Ute tray is 50mm wider than before, so it can fit a pallet between the wheel arches. Although our time with the new Ford Ranger was limited and under strict supervision, the early signs are good.
First impressions? There's definitely no shortage of power thanks to that 3-litre V6. Combined with the 10-speed automatic, it shifts through the gears. They're quite close ratios, so it's a very smooth transition. The V6 is more refined than I was expecting too. You actually can't tell it's a V6 until you really stand on the accelerator. This feels like the Wildtrak is going to be a very comfortable open road cruiser. It's finally got the power that a lot of people were asking for, and it has a much more refined feel, even given that the previous model was already very good.
Go to Drive.com.au for the full story. Please hit like if you've enjoyed this video and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any future updates.